All right, everybody, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Lot Live here in the Round of Four Studios. Andrew, what'd you think about that intro?
It was a little bit long, but you're like, hurry.
I was trying to emphasize the dramatic.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for on that.
It was definitely dramatic.
I've been taking some classes on acting. Not really, but if I did.
You do a lot of acting here.
I act like I like you. That was like...
Okay, that's hurtful.
I'm going to get the Oscar for that, I think. So.
At least one. Hey,
well, yeah.
Fake it till you make it, right?
Fake it till you make it. It's a pretty good motto.
It is. I've used it in my entire life. I mean, that's how I got here, too. Yeah. Fake it till you make it.
There you go. It's worked for you. Well, this is episode number...
24, I think.
24. Can you believe it? Did I notice that we got another subscriber? Did I see another?
2 more, actually.
2 more?
Yep. I don't know what the subscriber count is. I think it's 19.
19?
Yeah.
So we're closing on that 20.
Yeah, we're closing on the 20.
Buddy,
hey, we got shirts already made coming and all that stuff like that.
Shirts are made. They are on the way. That number 20 subscriber, I know you're out there somewhere. Just go ahead.
Do like a...
Push it. Do
like a mug or something.
Yeah. We got some extra shirts coming. Let's give a shirt to the 20th subscriber.
20th subscriber gets a shirt because I think we ordered quite a bit of them.
Yeah. 20th subscriber, this is your chance to get a Lot Live shirt and be like the other 10 people that have one in the world.
Time to shine.
Yeah, and you can be one of the 20 people in the world that have subscribed to Lot Live. Don't miss your chance. You know, someday you're going to look back whenever I'm somewhere around 712 and think, I could have been one of those first 20 of 100 subscribers.
When you're 712?
Yeah, when I'm 712.
All right.
I take fish oil. I think I'm probably going to live that long. Fish oil's good for you.
I hate to break it to you, but science, how science goes and, the life of a human being, I don't think you're going to make it, buddy.
Well, they say that history is written by the winners. So I am here to say that science is written by the sciencers. And I'm going to label myself as a sciencer right now.
Sure. I don't think you can just get labeled that.
Well,
you got to go through school. You did go through school, but
I did go through school. I did have some science in school.
Didn't major in it.
I did not major in science in school because then my school time would have been much shorter.
Yes, it would.
So I will say the best thing about science in school, though, is that it was not math.
No, math sucks. I'm not good at math. Math ain't mathin'.
Why they got to put letters in it? I still ask myself every day.
Facts. And I have never used the MYB equals square or something. I don't know. No. MYA plus B squared 1952 plus
Exactly. One of my hobbies is woodworking. I like to do a lot of woodworking. And with woodworking comes measurement. Actually,
of course.
Case in point, I built this nice little thing here that makes this look like an actual desk. Built that on my own. But nowhere whenever I'm doing this math to cut those angles, and I was like, I'm going to cut that at AB squared. I didn't do it.
I've never used it in my life. And I've used measurements.
Yeah.
But never, and of course, we do percentages and stuff like that, fractions sometimes too, but never any letters in those equations.
Exactly. And I would say that probably 5 out of 4 people agree that fractions are kind of dumb.
Yeah, fractions suck.
Yeah.
They can get hard to do. They're, when you're looking at a tape measure instead of just, doing your fractions, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just go that 1 inch.
Sure.
Half inch.
Now, one thing
inch.
I will say on this episode, one of the things we need to talk about is the last episode we talked about the cold front that just came through.
Oh, yeah.
And everything's thawing out. You can see it's the sun for the first time that we've seen in days. We forgot that we needed to shoot our podcast earlier in the day because it's been so long since we've seen the sun.
Yep.
We forgot what it did to the set. Obviously, a lot.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's glaring through here. But just whenever we thought you were safe, they tell us there's another one coming.
Yeah, Monday, cold front, ice storm. Is that what it is?
Yes. This is actually, today is Friday. We are shooting a podcast. We actually managed to get it in a day earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Normally it's the last minute on Saturday whenever we're trying to shoot this, and there are people here. We get this like 10 minutes carved out to shoot this thing, and it's like, hey. But we got it in early. And then it was announced today that there is a big ice storm coming for this coming up Sunday, late Sunday, early Monday morning, something like that.
And you know what's great about it coming in on Monday? I won't be here. I'm off.
Won't be here.
I'm off either way.
We've actually already adjusted our hours to, we're going to open at noon on Monday, which this is when it airs. We will have opened noon a few hours ago. For the people seeing this later Monday. This wraps in my head. It'd be easier if we did it live. Well, maybe not. But anyway, we will have opened at noon today unless the ice storm got a lot worse.
Of course.
But I can say what we probably did by announcing that we're going to be opening at noon instead of our normal time is there's a good chance we put a little rip in the space-time continuum and changed the weather. Whenever you make an announcement like that, what happens?
It changes. I mean, weathermen do it all the time when they say, hey, there's going to be rain this weekend, and you don't see rain. Or if it says it's going to snow, and you don't see snow. So we're about to say there's ice, there may be no ice.
Yes, for all you people that don't want the ice, you can thank us whenever it doesn't happen because we changed the weather space-time continuum.
Yep. Another thing you're wanting to talk about also is some rates, right, on cars?
No, I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't want to talk about that at all.
Oh, well, I don't need to go over rates at all. We
just found out. We just found out this morning that there have been new rates announced. They've even lowered it another point off on Bronco Sports and Escapes. If you've been in the market looking for those, we have a few here on the lot. They won't last long with the new rates. It's down to, like, I can't remember what the rate, I think it's a 2.9 on the Bronco Sport now.
Yep.
What is it on Escape?
That's a good question. I think it's 2.9 also.
Okay, all right.
Now, it had to drop a point, so it's 2.9 because it was 3.9.
And if you want to go lower, like 60, I think it's down to like a 0.9.
Correct.
Possibly.
Lower term, lower interest rate.
Great rates on these vehicles.
The Escapes I don't know if you've ever seen them. Most people's like, man, I don't like the Escapes. I don't like the Escapes. I don't like them. But if you've ever seen them now, they changed the body style in 2023. So they do not look the same as, 2022s, 2020s. Of course, they changed it in 23. Check them out. They're actually really nice. They look a lot better. I will say that Ford did a really great job on designing them this time.
Yes, I agree.
I hated last year's. I hated them.
The other thing is, it's still 1.9 on F-150s.
1.9, that MAT rate.
Yeah, the MAT rate is still in effect. We have some of those. You can come in here and check those out. We actually have some big Broncos that have dropped, that most of them come in as order units. We were lucky enough that we sold quite a few of those, and so Ford actually gave us some extra big Broncos. We've got those in, so you can come in and get a big Bronco.
We have actually 3 Broncos right now on the ground. One's white. We have another one that's red, and then another one that is cactus gray, I believe.
We had that one that was up in the air, but now I think it's on the ground too.
It is. It was on the air. It was on a truck in the air.
Yes, it was.
But now it's on the ground.
It's on the ground. We like them on the ground.
Yeah, we do.
The other thing that we've got going is, of course, again, because this will be posted on Monday, so everybody there will have just lived through what is one of the best weekends of NFL football.
That is true.
We've had some strong games. I would like to tell you who the winners are, but I don't know who they are right now.
Oh, I do.
Do you now?
Yeah, I do. Which is this? So this is aired on Monday, and I can say the predictions now.
You can make your prediction,
and if I'm right, I am right. Which is I know I'm right, but I hope I'm right too. What are your predictions on
we have the Bills in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Who are you predicting on that one?
Bills.
The Bills? I'm going to concur with you on that.
Okay.
I seen it that the Bills won this game.
Josh Allen strong.
Yes, Josh
Allen.
I like that dude. Yeah. I hope he goes to the Super Bowl.
Sorry, Mahomes.
The other one, Ravens and Houston.
Ravens. I got Ravens on that one.
Man,
you on Houston?
I am a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan, which means that I am a
So is my
diehard
uncle.
non-Raven fan. If Joe West is out there watching, I love you, brother, but I cannot root for the Ravens. I will not, shall not, won't.
Well, you got Lamar Jackson on there, so.
Yeah, I respect him, but still, I want those young upstart Houston Texans and that new quarterback they got to come out there and show them what's going on in that game. So I want to see the Bills versus Houston, and then eventually the Bills beating Houston and going on to the Super Bowl. Now over to what some would say is the weaker NFC draw.
Sure, if you want to say it's weak.
Yeah. We have the upstart Green Bay Packers, who we don't want to talk about it too loud, actually trounced the Dallas Cowboys last week.
Yeah, that's a little rough, and y'all might get some little hate on this video because there's probably a lot of Cowboys fans out there. But hey, I'm with Green Bay all the way. I'm a big Cheesehead fan anyway. So
it's Green Bay versus the 49ers, the cream of the crop in the NFC.
Green Bay. Yeah, I know that people's not agree with me on that one, but hey, you watch it. Watch what happens.
Yeah, watch the biggest blowout of playoff weekend happen. And it's not going to be Green Bay on the winning side this time. Their Super Bowl was last week. They won. They're happy. Move on. Everybody gave Jordan Love such crap.
That is true.
For being the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Well, he got to have his day in the sun by beating the Cowboys and knocking them out of the playoffs, and he should just go ahead and head off to Hawaii and start his vacation. I probably wouldn't even show up if I was him for this game.
He's getting the ring, baby.
Yeah, he's going to get a ring. Okay. He'll get rung up.
Yeah.
That's the ring he's getting. So I'm going to go with the 49ers on that. The last game that we have to pick are the Lions versus Tampa Bay.
You know, I'm going to have to say the Lions on this one. Tampa Bay hasn't been too strong. They've been strong. They're iffy. They've been up and down quite a bit. I think the Lions are going to go on this one.
Baker Mayfield, almost a washout of this league. People said he couldn't get it done. He finally finds a home in Tampa Bay, and he's had a strong year. I think he's had a strong year. Last week, nobody really thought they would win that against the Eagles. Last year's Super Bowl entrant. They were in the Super Bowl. They lost 22 out of their last 3 games, something like that. Back to fractions again.
Back to fractions and math.
Yeah. So
But if I'm mathing, Lions are going to take this one home.
I think you're probably right. I think Detroit probably does win, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my Monopoly money on Tampa Bay.
Okay, all right. So there is ours. Now, we'll get into, I guess we can get it next week of what, I guess we'll change our answers next week because it'll be different, but that is what we think.
Everybody, while you're seeing this, go ahead. If you want to make a prediction for the games that have already happened,
put it in the comments. Okay, so go ahead and put the predictions for next week and not this weekend.
Yeah, because you will have known who won by the time you're seeing this.
Yeah.
Give us your prediction for the next round, and then we'll talk about that in next week's podcast because then we are gearing up. Well, we'll be talking about this before the games,
we'll do
the final 2.
Yeah, we'll do the final 2 predictions.
Or the final 4 to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
All we're doing is just going to be correcting ourselves anyways, because we're going to put in our predictions, then they play, and then next time we're going to put in our predictions, and then they'll play. So, I mean, we get to see it final thought, but Cheesehead, baby. Cheesehead.
Yeah.
See, Green Bay is the only NFL team I've ever watched, like, in person, and I was younger, a lot younger, and I remember having just a big cheese head, when the little triangle cheese heads on you. Just watching the game, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. They had jets, flying over the stadium. It was just exciting. So
now, I will say this: we do have a loyal viewer. Her name is Kaylee. Yeah. And she is quick to point out whenever we repeat a word a bunch, and she will laugh at me. Now I'm going to get a message to say, how many times are you going to say cheesehead? Because you said it just about 22 times right
Cheesehead.
But he also has the ability to edit, so
I do.
He can put it on, what do you put on the loop or go
Yeah, I'll just put a top in there, cheesehead, delete everything on there. No, we've said it a lot more now.
I just had to mention our grand dog Zoe, because then every time I get that mention out there, Zoe, then Kelly has to like the video because she can't not like her dog. So Zoe's so sweet. So that way, that just got us another like on this.
We will have a special guest that I haven't told you about, but we're gonna have a special guest.
Zoe. She's coming. We're gonna have a husky special guest to be right here going.
We're gonna have a special guest probably next week, or if not next week, then the week after.
Do I know about this guest?
No, you don't. But
okay.
I will surprise everyone with the special guest. The special guest is probably actually going to watch this episode. He knows exactly who he is. But yeah, you will see who it is. Is
it a hand puppet? Because I told you I think that's a bad idea.
No, not a hand puppet. It's an actual person.
Okay, all right.
It's actually a customer that's actually purchased a vehicle from Randall Ford, so he can actually tell you what the experience is of buying a vehicle.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, he's watched it before. He came in, walked in, got the MAT rate because he watches our videos, and the MAT rate was 1.9 on F-150s, and actually got it. So you know who you are. I'm hoping.
Was Matt his salesman?
No, of course not.
So he got the MAT rate from somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, he already knows MAT rate.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, good job.
Yeah, so watches our videos.
I actually was talking to somebody earlier, and they mentioned the podcast. Said, "Hey, I saw you in Andrew's podcast.
Yep.
I thought it was really dumb." But it was nice that he saw it. So that was. You guys keep up with.
There was a guy at a convenience store that he said, he pointed at me. He's like, "Hey, dude, I see y'all's podcast," and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's really awesome." And then I woke up. So.
Oh. Yeah.
I was like, "Cool." I was like, "It was gonna can I stream?"
Yeah. I also saw a guy at a convenience store. And he said, "Those bangs are 2 for $5 if you want to buy them like that." And I said, "Okay." This is one of my favorite stories. So. Anyway, as probably we've got just about everything covered. I don't think we can stand for one more person to walk into the building because it is still very cold outside.
Freezing.
We do not have our Randall Ford parkas on.
No.
And so every time they walk in, that breeze blows right. You can probably tell whenever they walk in because you see the little flag go and a scowl go because I thought we locked the doors. We did not.
No, we should have.
The business frowns on us locking the doors to shoot our podcast.
Yes, they do.
We got customers lined up. It's okay. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. Just give us 15 minutes. Give us 15 minutes.
We've got 7 more minutes of nothing to talk about.
That is true. Besides, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I want you to go ahead. Yep. Double tap that share button. Double tap that share button. If you get us out there, it helps us. And then go ahead and subscribe on our YouTube. If you click that link above, it'll go to our YouTube and we get subscribers. That's how you can be the 20th subscriber and get a free Lot Live t-shirt.
There you go.
Very cool.
There you go.
So if you want to go ahead and do that for us, it just helps us out. And I think that is all for today. And you will see us on the next episode of
Thank you, everybody,
Life.
for tuning in. See you next time.
See ya.